Hey there everybody, welcome back. I've been using the Galaxy Watch Ultra paired with my S24 Ultra for the last few weeks. I paid for this with my own money, and as always, these are my honest thoughts. Is it worth your money? Let's get right into it. I am happy to say that for me, battery life has been great. I easily get 2 days of battery life with moderate use. I've got the screen set at max brightness and I have my always on display on. I'm not a heavy user when it comes to wearables, however, I use my watch to answer phone calls, track my heart rate, track workouts, check notifications, respond to messages, setting stopwatches and timers, and what was that last thing? Oh yeah, telling the time. So of course, if you need something that lasts you more than a week, go check out Garmin. This is not the watch for you. Something I was a little bit disappointed about was the charging. It takes me about 2 hours to get a full charge from 0%. That's a little crazy for a watch with the Ultra brand. This should really get faster charging. In addition to that, something I used on previous Galaxy watches was the reverse wireless charging with my Samsung devices to charge my watch while I was on the go. This feature is gone with the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now, to be fair, this is due to the new sensor, which is supposedly bigger and more accurate. We'll talk about this later in the video. But it's still something I will miss. Please, Samsung, for the Ultra name and the Ultra price tag, because this thing is not cheap, the charging needs to be improved. Even the Pixel Watch 3 45mm can do 50% in 28 minutes, 80% in 50 minutes, and 100% in an hour and 20 minutes. So Samsung, we gotta do better. I was pleasantly surprised by the software experience, and I have said in my prior videos that I've never really been a huge fan of Samsung Watch software. It's always been kind of laggy, choppy, and messy to use, at least in my personal experience. Samsung finally fixed it. The Ultra does not lag. Not once have I had a single stutter. It's just as fluid as my Pixel Watch experience, and for my frequent viewers, you know how much I love my Pixel devices. The Galaxy Watch Ultra is intuitive to use and has a good selection and design of tiles and applications. I really enjoyed the integration with my S24 Ultra and how my sleep tracking data and fitness data looks on my watch and how I can quickly jump over to my phone for more details. One thing I complained about in my Pixel Watch 3 review was the limited watch face selection. This is not the case with the Ultra. Not only do you have a large selection, but they are terrifically designed and offer a wide variety that make my watch feel more like a tool to get work done rather than a fashion statement. But even if I didn't buy this for the fashion, you gotta admit, this thing looks absolutely incredible and durable. The last thing I wanted to mention was the pinch gestures and universal gestures like shaking the wrist. These are useless, Samsung. You need to fix this in your next Ultra watch. It's so inconsistent and unreliable that I just choose not to use them. The Apple Watch gestures work flawlessly, and the Galaxy Watch Ultra feels like a poorly implemented attempt to compete with Apple at that level. Other than that, I think the software is solid, reliable, and most of all, fluid. Now, regarding the durability and design, this thing is built like a beautiful tank. I'm a big fan of what Samsung did. Now, the design is always going to be slightly subjective. Many people online were not a fan of the circular watch face on the squircular design. I must admit, I didn't like it when it was released, which is partially why I waited up until now to pick one up, but in person, it has easily become my favorite looking smartwatch. I love the orange hour markers on the bezel, the white and red marks on the buttons, and the orange accent on the quick action button. Apart from the looks is the feel. The buttons feel absolutely perfect to operate and have a premium feel to them. And the case of the watch, being made of titanium, which is appreciated for its durability, has this nice coating on it. I believe it's just paint, so I hope it doesn't eventually chip off, but it feels very rugged. Also, I thought it was going to be bulky and very uncomfortable because I am used to the Pixel watches that are much slimmer than this, but it feels great on the wrist. I also need to mention the watch bands. I have both the official Samsung Marine band and the Trail band. Both feel incredible, and I don't get any rashes or irritation. On my previous Galaxy Watch generations, I would always have to buy a cheap Velcro band off of Amazon because their bands have never felt comfortable to me. Now, the quick button. I only use this for quick access to my workouts, and that's what it is on default, so it works great for me. However, it doesn't give you a ton of options to customize it. Hopefully we get greater customization with this in the future, things like double clicking or triple clicking to open a specific app or perform a specific function. One thing I didn't mention because I made a whole section on it is that beautiful screen. This screen is absolutely gorgeous. As with every Samsung display, the colors are bright and vibrant with the Super AMOLED display. It's also high resolution, coming in at 480 by 480 pixels, which is a 327 pixel per inch density, and it's 47 millimeters in size, which is great. I do hope they can make it even larger in the future because the Apple Watch Ultra 2 has a 49 millimeter display. But also, like the Apple Watch Ultra, this has a peak brightness of 3000 nits, which is something I love for my bright Florida sun. It makes it easy to see information and messages clearly when I'm outside. Also, the screen is sapphire crystal. What does that mean? You can probably go without a screen protector on this watch. I had the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro that also had a sapphire crystal screen, and I never had a single scratch or micro scratch over 2 years of use. I just love how durable and rugged this whole watch is. From the case and the frame to the screen. One area for improvement, however, is the always on display. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I want it even brighter. I understand that this would hurt battery life even more, but maybe add an option for us to adjust how bright we want it, and you can set it for higher or lower depending on your needs. I would rather have 1 day of battery life and a brighter always on display, but hey, that's just me. And a matter of fact, another thing I like to do every day is exercise. The health tracking with the Galaxy Watch Ultra is great, with some negatives. Samsung offers a ton of different types of workouts that you can track, and the watch application is easy to use and to navigate, and it provides a lot of good info without having to go directly to your phone. Once you do open it on your phone, I really like the integration and analytics with the Galaxy Watch Ultra and the Samsung smartphones. Now, when it comes to the accuracy, well, that's kind of debatable. Some reviewers say it's extremely accurate, but one YouTuber who I have mentioned before as the gold standard of wearable fitness data, the Quantified Scientist, had mixed results in his testing. While I encourage you to go check out his full review of the Galaxy Watch Ultra, let me summarize his findings. If your priorities are indoor activities such as cycling or lifting weights, or in general trying to accurately track your heart rate from the beginning to the end of your workout without crazy random deviations, this is not the watch for you. Pick up a Garmin or even the Pixel Watch 3, or if you have an iPhone, be happy you have your Apple Watch. If you do outdoor activities, however, like cycling or running, this will be much more accurate with your heart rate, and it has an accurate GPS tracker. Apart from fitness, I use this to track my sleep, and again, referencing the Quantified Scientist findings, it is average at best. Pixel Watch 3 and the Apple Watch are significantly more accurate. So with all that said, I think it's fair to say I'm a little disappointed when it comes to fitness tracking, and especially at this price point. The Pixel Watch 3 is much cheaper, and it's a better fitness tracker and sleep tracker. Samsung needs to step their game up with the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2. So that's the video. Thank you all for watching. Here's the final verdict. Do you want a rugged and stylish watch with a beautiful screen, good enough battery, and a fluid and integrated software experience, but only average fitness tracking? This is the watch for you. If your priority is fitness tracking, go for the Pixel Watch 3 or even pick up a Garmin. Hit that like button down below and subscribe for more if you like what I do, and I will see all of you next time.